What's up, Facebook Live? I'm on a business strategy trip. What's up, Facebook? I'm gonna go periscoper, get my arms going. I did this, dude. You know what's crazy? Did you see me? If you watched at the Kobe Bryant, when he checked out of the game against LeBron on TNT, I was going like this when he came, and there's all these people Snapchatting me a video of that.
Every time you're on TV, you're like,
"What's up, everybody?"
You need a triple tripod.
What's up?
Or a quintet.
We have we're building a 4-1 because we need to have 4 cameras.
Yeah.
We are out here, Palm Springs golf course, brought some of the team from back in LA. Once a month you want to go, at least once a month, sometimes twice a month, and strategize. I call it Saturday strategy because, yeah, strategy Saturdays. But then once a month you want to leave because what happens is, what's up that way? We're exploring. So who here has got a business plan or a life plan? It doesn't even have to be a business plan. Raise your hand if you're walking behind me and your life. Andrew, you got your plan?
Yes.
Vic? Herman?
yes, señorito.
Herman's from Mexico. Somebody said, "Tai, I'll be in your position in 5 years. I'm following you." Good. Maybe you can pass by me. Somebody said hookers and cocaine, man. That's your plan? That's your plan? That sounds like a plan to go broke. What's your money plan? That's the opposite of a money plan. Hookers and cocaine is how you consume, not how you invest. Somebody said, what's the best way to prioritize? Well, you got to keep it simple. That's the number one thing. No. So what I do, like I said, Saturday strategy. That's easy to remember, right? Every Saturday, mark off your calendar, take a couple hours, shoot some hoops. Sometimes I'll play basketball, sometimes I'll sit in a chair, and you just kind of map out. You got to think. People underestimate the power of literally using raw brain power. But it's not too complicated, you know? You don't have to go from 1 p.m. Don't over plan. You can under plan or under plan. I don't like either one. Yeah, but this one we can walk out, no one's golfing. Someone said, KISS, keep it simple, stupid. Thank you.
I just read Simple Rules on.
Yeah, there's a great book on that. My Lamborghini. What shoes are you wearing? I got the D Roses still, but I got D Rose socks. Sunday fun day. Yeah, I like that because Sunday it should be your day. You relax a little bit. I don't call it fun day, but I call it focus day. But I like that better. Sunday fun day. David says, I will be a billionaire in 12 years. All right, let me give you a little reset thought on that. Time frames on goals are good. Time frames on visions. There's a big difference between a vision and a goal. People get this all confused. A vision is something huge that you see for yourself way far out there. A goal is what you're going to do in the next hour. And so what I like to do is I go, all right, making $1 billion in 12 years. You're trying to turn a vision into a goal. You're not going to be able to project the exact time you're going to be a billionaire, or if you'll even ever be a billionaire. That kind of stuff is outside of your control. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you said your goal is to figure out how to make an extra $1,000 a month, $100 a month, $10,000 a month, it's more tangible, more realistic. But you know what I say? This is controversial. Andrew likes a little controversy. If you feel like your life is below average, then here's my plan. Here's a quick business plan for you. First, if you're below average, first become average. Figure out how to become average. So the average income in America is about 50 grand a year. If you're below average, then just get to average first. That's your first goal. You might have a vision of being wealthy, but goals are achievable, measurable, tangible, realistic. don't do goals. You can have an unrealistic vision, you know, like to be a billionaire or to be the #1 basketball player in the world, whatever it might be. But goals should not be like that. And people set all these goals. I'm like, dude, that's too hard. That's like saying this month your goal is to bench 600. You're not going to bench 600 anytime soon if you're benching 100 pounds right now. Be average if you're below average. Once you hit average, then try to hit above average. Once you hit above average, then become amazing. Once you hit amazing, then become legend. That's the last one. Legendary status. Icon status. You know, for the ages. What's more important in business? Being smart or knowing the right people? They are very inseparable. You won't know the best people without being smart. No one likes to hang out with dumb people, not at the top. How do you create small international business? Same thing. If you want to know how to sell globally, first figure out how to sell in your local neighborhood, get some buyers. Once you got some buyers there, sell to your whole state. Once you sell to your whole state, sell to your whole country. Once you sell to your whole country, sell to your continent. Once you dominate your continent, then you go global. You know who did that exact plan?
The world.
Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg. He first started at his local school. First started in like his dorm, then his school, then Ivy League schools. Then Facebook worked on dominating the United States. Now they went to basically the first world. They went to countries that now have internet. And his final frontier is people who don't have internet, giving them, giving them like some balloon internet. He's got these balloons he wants to float around or something like that. Tai, can anyone come to your house? Definitely not. Tai, can you make an LLC that will sell anything, or does it have to be specific? All right, practical alert. I'm going to call this practical advice alert. Practical advice alert. The practical advice is that LLCs can be any of those. So you can make a broad LLC called investment company LLC. It can invest in anything. How you doing? Or you can make a very special purpose LLC. Over time, usually it's better to have your businesses in separate entities. So if you buy 5 pieces of rental property for real estate, generally, there's exceptions, you would have 5 LLCs. Each one LLC controls each rental property. If you have 5 businesses and they're pretty different, you usually want to have 5 different companies. You could have an LLC, you can have an S corp, you can have a C corp.
One umbrella company though?
No, it's better usually to not connect them. When you get more sophisticated, if you're building $100 million, billion-dollar companies, then they have all kinds of complicated things, international subsidiaries and so on. But have I read The Power of Broke? No. Tai, how'd you begin a clothing business, company? I'm already doing a clothing company, so you can watch me. I've been doing it. Can a gym be a LLC? Yes. If you open a gym, you definitely want to be an LLC or a S corp. Usually those two. Sometimes a C corp is if you have a business that you think is going to be big, you might go public with it, or you might raise incredible amounts of capital from Silicon Valley, things like that. That's where you use a C corp. But there's a problem. C corps have double taxation. So let's say you make $1 million profit. First, the C corp pays the profit, pays taxes on the profit. Let's say it's in the 30% tax bracket. So you got $1 million profit. The C corporation pays $300,000 in taxes. That leaves you with $700,000 left. And then when they distribute the money to you, you're gonna have to pay taxes again personally. Whereas if you structure an S corp or LLC, it's called a pass-through entity. You generally won't have to pay taxes twice. But sometimes with C corps, there's special taxation of your dividends, so it's not the end of the world. Is that practical advice?
Yes.
Woo!
That's
Woo!
Hashtag practical.
Andrew says I gotta give him more practical advice. Clothing company LLC. The general rule is you wanna use a lawyer to open an LLC. to open your company. It's not that expensive. A lot of times, it's under $1,000.
So Tai, how did you find your lawyer?
How did I find a lawyer?
Practical alert.
Practical. What I like to do for that is two things. It's like with a bullet and a gun. You use the crosshairs in the sight of the scope to narrow it down. So the first thing is you ask around for referrals from people you know. Number two, you cross-check that against. You can look at internet reviews. There's some. You can look at Yelp. I'm not a huge fan of that. I primarily go by reviews, and then when I meet the lawyer in person, if they seem impressive, they have to be able to impress me too. So I look at both of those things. Tai, why is Tai always around people in the video that are young? Older people are hard to teach. Tai, that's a lie. A lawyer can cost up to 10 grand. No, actually, you're lying too, because lawyers could cost 10 million. So how far is the lie a lie? I love people's brain power. Bro, you got to use more brain power. You ain't going to get far with that kind of comment. I actually feel bad for you. You got to use the brain. Of course you can spend 10 grand on a lawyer. You can spend 100 G's. I remember first time one of my business partners showed me he had a 500 grand bill from one lawyer. You know what I'm saying? So, what was I going to say? Someone said I spent 50 grand on attorneys. Well, I'm also going to tell you something. Some of you overspend. So don't always brag on how much you spent, because sometimes it's just telling me you overspent. On a good LLC, in a not a very complicated business, sometimes you can use companies like LegalZoom. They're not even lawyers. Somebody said, will you reach billionaire status? It's not necessarily one of my goals, but yeah. Let's see. In entertainment unsaved, it's only 200 grand. I don't know what that means. Tai, in all seriousness, Tai, how can I work for you? I live in the Bay Area. Wouldn't think twice about relocating. Matthew Lejean. So Matthew, I got a website, page on my website called Tai Lopez /careers. Go check it out. I'm looking for the best people. Do you believe in college education yourself? Case by case basis. Sometimes college, sometimes no college. Tai, I've seen lawyer bills up to $900 an hour. Oh, I've seen more than that. There's lawyers that are $2 grand an hour. So wise to quit your current job and use the current savings I have to build a business. I feel like I will have a hard time combining both. No, start the business while you have the other source of income, so you won't have such a heart attack. Some people do good burning their bridges and just trying. You know, you see some advice, it's like, burn the bridges so you'll try harder. That doesn't work for everybody. It's different types of people in the world. Some of you are very... Somebody said, Tai, what part of Mexico is Herman from? What part are you from, Herman? What? What part?
He's speechless.
He's actually Argentinian. I was just saying some people are very fear-based, so I don't always recommend burning all the bridges because you'll freeze up. Well, I get a lawyer for an LLC, costs $35 in Indiana to submit the paperwork. Just depends. Sometimes you need advice. Sometimes an LLC is the wrong thing to use. Like I said, if you're going to raise a lot of capital, if you are a professional, sometimes they use what's called LLPs, limited liability partnerships, like dentists and things like that. Tai, what's your Instagram? Tai Lopez is mine. Joshua, are you guys walking in circles? Well, usually when you go on a walk, you return to where you started, which is the definition of a circle. So almost all walks people go on, unless you walking and never coming home, are circles. You know, when you left your house today in your car, I bet you did a big fat circle because you ended up back in your house. That's what I said. Guys, I want you guys to up your IQ sometimes, please. Some of the comments has me worried about planet Earth. I'm going, guys, I know you got it in your brain, kind of like this. Everybody's got a six-pack under all that fat. Most people never get rid of the fat. Well, on your brain, Most people got a lot of IQ hiding under just pure nonsense, you know? Think things. Think through what you're saying.
Ty, why do you, I don't know,
Yeah.
that's a pretty good one. Why do you live in California over somewhere else? Because of the tax, the taxes aren't that good here. Why wouldn't you live somewhere
Taxes usually aren't your, depends where you move. I mean, California's not that much higher taxes than anywhere else. It's a couple points higher. How do you find investors to invest in your product? This is a whole long conversation. Patrick said, Ty, I'm a witness. I saw Ty's Ferrari to all the skeptics. Are people still skeptical that I have Ferraris? After all these years? I like, it's actually interesting. This is a big social experiment. How many years do I have to have Ferraris and Lamborghinis till people think they're actual? It just show you, I've been talking a lot about this. Enemies. You like Drake.
Yeah, bro.
Just say to yourself, you got a lot of enemies. What's the next line after that?
Enemies. Trying to drain me of my energy.
Yeah, exactly. Trying to drain me of my energy. And the way that life goes is that you have enemies from within. That's your own brain, your own fear, your own procrastination. And then you got enemies from without. And some of the enemies are nice people. They mean the best. But they drain you of your energy. I like that. They drain you of your mental fortitude, we could say. What?
Drake could be a man.
Anyway, how many books a month do you read? About 30. Brian, what's the most effective advertising you can do for 500 bucks a year? Looking to grow my hot air balloon ride business. 500 a year?
Yeah,
You got to have more than that, man. That's $40 a month. You might as well spend nothing then. I think we can walk out over here. Boom.
Danger zone.
Tariq said, "Stop with the Drake quotes." Here, let's walk. We can walk on this side. Walk in. Where do you get a logo or name trademark? Practical Alert. Good practical website. My friend started a website. It's pretty famous. It's called 99 Designs. Woo! Woo! Who's a fast learner?
You.
Who's the fastest learner you ever met? Andrew's teaching me.
You guys are going to be very thankful.
Thankful for
We're
Andrew.
going to give you websites, step by step. She's going to give you all that stuff.
Sometimes I don't like to tell all my tricks. Ty, Russell Brunson or Dan Kennedy for direct marketing strategies? Never think like that. Never. People spend way too much time trying to figure out who's better, Kobe or LeBron. You figure out how to be better. Kobe and LeBron already living a good life. Trust me. I saw them the other day. They're happy and rich and in shape and healthy. So there's literally millions of people debating that. I'm like, take all that energy and figure out how to get in your own shape. Who?
Billy's on.
From France?
France right now.
Oh, my cousin's here on this other one from France. What's up, Billy B? Billy B.
How's
in
the
the
food,
house.
Billy?
We're gonna eat steak or potatoes. What do we eat? You had a burger, right?
Yeah.
Vic has some burgers. Exactly. No, none of that bread. All right. Living with parents at 27 drains me of inspiration. Moving out is not financially interesting because of massive $100,000 student loan. Take the risk. Well, I'm a little worried about that question because it sounded too absolutely sure. Maybe moving out would inspire you to figure out how to make a lot more money and pay the debt off faster. Sometimes you got to push yourself a little bit, man. But I don't know your exact personality. If it was me, I wouldn't live at home at 27. I left home at 18, man. As soon as I could strike out. Huh? Why? No, we walk all the way around. It's badass. Herman, your belly is looking huge, dude. No, don't try to suck that in. Herman.
Gym with me this morning.
Oh.
Right, huh?
Herman, somebody was asking, there's a pregnant woman walking with you. How's she staying up? How's she keeping up with you? No, go profile how you were standing. I'm telling you, it literally looked pregnant.
Ty had it.
Ty, you was next to Kobe.
Oh
What?
yeah, someone just asked that. Who just?
That's a lot of you are talking about that.
Patrick Rivera.
We're here, by the way. You guys gonna be the first to hear. We're gonna be launching a badass new training program.
What is that?
Looks like I'm probably gonna call it 7X. The 7X program, how to 7X your health, wealth, love, happiness. I'm gonna show you a new lifestyle. I'm gonna show you what I do. I've never revealed this stuff. I have the 67 steps, which is what I learned, 10 years ago. If you want to know what I'm learning right now, I'm just about to launch this program. So look for it this week. It's probably gonna be like 60, 70 bucks or something. I'll still have the 67 steps. I might retire that. Retire it.
Uh-oh. Alert.
Somebody said, Diego said, tell Herman to hit a flip. Can you flip? Herman used to be a gymnast. Come on, Herman.
Head flip.
Look at that. That you can see the cockiness coming out. I bet you can't do it anymore. Literally, Herman's walk went from kind of like nerd to like, He had that swaggy swag. Swaggy P. We call him Swaggy G. Swaggy G. Now you're going down the hill. Okay, that's what I'm saying. I'm trying to give your belly needs a head start. You should be able to flip faster. The belly should create like a momentum effect. A momentum effect.
Uh-oh.
There's two kind of people that you ask to do a flip. One just does a flip. The other one has a long conversation about how they're preparing, how they're doing little handstands, how they start to walk. Some people just flip. It's like that on the basketball court. Some dudes are like, yo, bro, I can break ankles, da-da-da-da-da. And then they're never on the court. They're always like, oh, I can't make it today, man, my old lady. And then you got one dude that's just silent but deadly, just showing up and just wrecking people out there. Which one are you, Herman?
I'm not the one that said I was going to flip.
You have so many flip stories. I've heard so many flip stories from Herman.
The flip was like 10 years ago.
Have you guys ever seen a Napoleon Dynamite with Uncle Rico? Herman's like back in '87. I could have done a flip over that mountain. That golf course. I could have flipped over this golf
What
course.
happened last time I breakdanced?
Yeah, I got the best story known to mankind. I fly down to Argentina for Herman's wedding. I'm there at Herman's wedding. He's all dressed fancy. Once he gets married in the party, he decides that he is going to do a breakdancing demonstration. So
I did.
he does his little breakdancing conversation. About 15 minutes, I see Herman. Herman comes around. This is how he's talking to me. He's like, how'd you like my party, man? He's just sitting here all normal, but talking to me like this. Okay, he's here. Somebody said, Ty, can you talk about the business plan? You missed it. You can't be complaining. I did it at the beginning. Thank you. All you people, use your IQ. I'm here to improve the IQ of planet Earth. You ain't using it. This guy's like, will you talk about business plan? I did that in the first 30 seconds, mofo. There's a saying, my grandma, she's from Germany, she said, Wer nicht kommt zur rechten Zeit, der muss essen, was überbleibt. That means whoever comes late has to eat whatever's left. So you got to watch whatever's left. This is what we're doing right now. So Herman's sitting here talking to me like this, and I'm like, dude, what happened to your neck? He's like, I think I have a little, I think it's stuck like this. And I was like, did you just hurt it breakdancing? He's like, no, that has nothing to do with it. And I'm like, well, 10 seconds before the breakdancing, you were all normal. You breakdance, do a little head spin. Next thing, and he had his head stuck for his whole wedding. I wouldn't want to be on that honeymoon. His wife's like, what? His wife's like, who did I marry? I'm married. Somebody said, Ty, 10 employees to be a real business, you said at your last conference. How do these employees break down? Yeah. Well, it depends on how big your company is. If you only have 10, then they break down 2 product developers, 2 executives, 2 finance people, 2 marketers, and 2 developers, like web developers. Somebody said, Ty, I got 146 IQ. Let me take you on. Hey, you know what IQ means? It's not how much you have, it's how much you use. That's IQ is intelligent quotient. It's the potential that you have. I'm going to need somebody to pull up my Facebook and read me the quotes. It froze. I always break Facebook and then it stops showing me quotes.
Nathan, can you do it?
Ty, thanks for all you do. Ty, I like the 67 Steps program. Good. I hope glad. Thank you for joining. Ty, what's your IQ? I don't talk about that. People always ask me my net worth. You never want to talk about that stuff. What's the point? There's no point. Now let's do a quick important question. Herman, how do we get back? Which direction? This guy has the world's gift for being lost. Which direction is my house?
Oh, your house?
Yes,
No,
Los Angeles. Wait, don't anybody say. Just point.
Wait, who knows which
I know
direction
exactly.
is Ty's house now?
I'd say it that way.
No, who knows? People know?
Which way?
I'd say it that way. I'm not the best.
Let's say.
House?
Don't give it many hints.
It's that way.
Herman, I've never seen a person get more lost with direction. We'll be all
Mine
right.
is not preggers. He
Will?
is just horizontally challenged.
What?
I taught him.
But his stomach?
John Dewar says. Ty, Herman is not preggers. He is just
Oh, he's not
horizontally-
pregnant.
He's just horizontally challenged. I taught him.
Herman's also afraid of the dark. He's like, where are you taking me, man? Yeah, we're gonna walk around. We got one more walk. By the way, my house is that way.
One more walk. It's so far.
We're gonna walk around. Good. You're supposed to walk. Hey, I read a good book, and I
Should be running.
actually did an interview with a guy from Harvard, a anthropologist at Harvard. His name is Daniel Lieberman. He wrote a book called The Story of the Human Body, and he says if you look at the bone structure of humans, that's a goose. A human is built to ideally walk 4 to 7 miles every day. You can still sprint, but this is the walking part. All right, what do we got?
Who are the people behind you, with you?
These are just some people from my team from back at the office. You want to do a little intro? We got Ben, Herman,
Yo.
Nathan, Jordan, Vic, Andrew, Samuel, and Alejo.
How do I get the 67 steps?
67 steps on my website, tailopez.com
Well, we got that new.
/ just tailopez.com. But the new program's coming out too. But I'll tell you, you better get the 67 steps before I retire that thing, because people are going to be trying to download it, figure out where it is. Any Russians in your company? Where are the women? Actually, believe it or not, the women are still at the swimming pool.
Lola. One Russian girl. Born in Russia.
Yeah, we have a Russian girl who works for us. The women stayed back there. They're at the pool with the dog. What date is your new program coming out? Hopefully Monday. Now, back to the business plan. Business plan, we've been talking about all kinds of stuff. How to form an LLC, all the elements. Remember, a business plan is made up of elements. So that you don't just talk about the business plan, you talk about the elements. If you want to know how to build a house, you don't talk about build a house, you talk about how to lay a foundation. You talk about how to frame it up. You talk about how to roof it. You talk about how to, fill it in, how to do the electrical work, how to plumb it, how to put together the final touches like the cabinets and stuff. So,
What do you look for in someone who wants to work for you?
what I look for somebody? 3 things if you want to work for me. You have to have above average at 3 areas. Numero uno is, anybody know?
Yes, sir.
What is it?
Energy.
Energy.
And work.
You have to have, you gotta have energy and work ethic. Larry King told me he's in the Guinness Book of World Records for interviewing the most celebrities, the most powerful people, the most presidents. Said, Ty, there's one thing every amazing person I've ever met has in common, and that's drive. That's another way to say energy. You got no energy, you got no drive. Number 2,
Integrity.
integrity. You got to believe in rules and follow them. Now, they don't have to be the rules of society, but I don't like people that are just freewheelers, because then they waste your time. There's rules of making money. There's rules of knowing how to network and be social. There's rules how to get out of depression. There's rules in a gym. No one goes into a gym and goes, I'll get big muscles, but I don't need to touch any of these weights. All you guys are idiots for following the rules. No, that person always going to have smaller muscles than the dude who follows the rules of hypertrophy and physics and all those things that it takes. Well, it's the same thing for your mind, for money. So I don't like people that think that they're above the rules. You got to be humble enough to know everybody follows the rules. I follow the rules of gravity. I don't jump off cliffs unless there's water at the bottom. And even then, I don't really like to jump off cliffs. Number 3,
Creative problem solving.
creative problem solving. Elon Musk said you get paid in direct proportion to the difficulty of problems you solve. So if you're stumped by every simple question, if somebody's like, first day on the job, like, where do I use the bathroom? Well, look around. There's a damn bathroom sign. I ain't spending my time telling you how to find a bathroom. And if that's too hard for you, you'll never make it here. We try to solve hard problems. You want to get paid, solve hard problems. If you want to be broke, don't.
Is Curry better than Jordan, Kobe, LeBron?
Curry is not better than Michael Jordan yet. You have to have 6 rings before you can be better than Jordan. Better than LeBron? Well, they're different players, man. You got a guard and a power forward, or sometimes small forward. Now we're going to follow Herman how to get back. Herman, do you know how to get back? You know how to get back?
Yeah.
There's another way, too. There's another way.
Any thoughts on 4-Hour Work Week by Tim Ferriss?
My thoughts on 4-Hour Work Week
Women are kind of scared of looking at it. It's like
by Tim Ferriss.
bunch of dudes
Are
walking
these
around.
is this the gangs of the golf course?
I told you, this is gang of golf course.
Legendary.
What was the question?
So we're gonna go
Your thoughts on 4-Hour Work Week by Tim
Turn on your GPS. I want to see Herman. Just go. Try to get it.
my GPS.
They have walking GPS.
Yeah, but I'm saying.
Trying to figure out how to get home. In Palm Springs.
You see? Somebody said, are you testing Herman's creative problem solving? Yes. Yes, thank you. I'm glad somebody's paying attention.
My brother Ty, by the way, I was just
Real estate advice. Just got my license. I want to maximize. You mean we have to walk a whole more 7 minutes? Now, there's one rule. We're going to follow a rule. Come on, Herman. Here's one rule for you.
good artist copy, great artist
No.
steal.
What is a rule pertaining to this?
Trust the people that know where they're going.
No. Here's the rule. When you're at the edge of a cliff and you don't know which way to go, go back. There you go.
Yeah, but there's a
There
shorter way.
Who cares? I don't look for always the shorter way. You need to walk more. That stomach of yours, we're not gonna be able to take Herman on a walk. We're gonna have to roll him around.
So Ty's always calling Herman out.
We're gonna have to roll Herman around.
Good at taking him out.
Yeah. The way back, just go the same way we came.
All right, I'll see you on the next one.
You should be walking.
Second.
I was doing this for a while, and it's really good, man. You should walk. Mike Tyson, he used to, when he was at his peak of his training, he used to run about 3-4 miles, but he also would walk 5 or 6 miles. Because you don't want to do you actually shouldn't walk on the concrete. I try to not walk on it's too hard on your knees. Even a little bit of a give from the grass helps your knees.
142 viewers.
Ty is a sprinter. Saw him the other day. Trying to. Somebody said you is ugly. You know a good thing about being a guy? I can be uglier than you and still get better girls than you. That's the beauty of being a man. That's why I like, sometimes, you know what I learned? When a dude says you're ugly, I'm going to give any guys on here, if a guy says you're ugly, then just tell him this. Go to this new website called Forbes. Look up Forbes 100 richest people in the world. Show me one good-looking rich dude. So I just say, when you're too good-looking as a dude, you stop trying. Larry David, if you know who he is, I went to lunch with him the other day. He's the creator of Seinfeld and Curb Your Enthusiasm. He's actually almost the richest man in Hollywood. He made, I think he's worth $600 million. Him and Jerry Seinfeld. And somebody heckled him and said, because he had a pretty girl with him, Larry, that girl's only with you because you're rich. And Larry goes, why do you think I became rich? That was his answer. What he meant was, you motivate when you have obstacles. So that's, Ty, what's your view for young girls being pimped? Not sure why you would ask me that. I'm not involved in that. Pimping is bad, so don't do it. That's my advice. That's the questions that come through.
Can you start a business with no diploma?
Can you start a business with no college diploma, or are you talking about high school diploma? Yes.
Either way.
I would recommend finishing high school in the modern world. I think that is a minimum level. Then if you like college, my take on college, just go to college for the one class for every semester for the rest of your life. That's a much better college education. Then you actually learn, you know. Ty, my mom said you are a scam. Good. I don't want your mom as a customer. People don't realize I don't want everybody to buy my shit. I got a good enough life now. I don't need any more new customers. So people see my life. If they think it's a magical illusion of green screen, good. It means I don't have to tell more people how to get it. It means less competition for me. You know what I always find funny? The biggest cynics are always broke asses. And I'm like, dude, it ain't like what you're doing's working. Try anything. When you're at the bottom, I got good news for you. Everything is up. So if you're living a crappy life, go out and get scammed. Can't be worse. When you have no money, what are you gonna do? Get scammed out of $0? That's still zero. So you'll be fine, man. Cynics are always broke. You can be astute and observant, but people who are cynical always end up the sucker.
How much time should you spend on your business plan?
How much time should you spend on your business plan? Don't go crazy. Today we worked on a new business plan. How long we spent? About 3-4 hours? Then we're gonna launch on Monday. So
Talking about Drake.
yeah, we talked about Drake, Jay-Z. We found out Andrew would rather, he wouldn't want to be Jay-Z. If he could have Jay-Z's life, he doesn't want to be Jay-Z. I found that amazing. He wanted to be somebody else that nobody else could believe he wanted to be over. Herman just said, do you really not know who Jay-Z is? Do you know who Beyonce is?
Yeah, Beyonce.
Now, there's a lesson from this. Always know your pop culture. You can't live in a planet and not know what's going on. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was a little bit like Herman. He grew up and he didn't like to know anybody, like what was going on, because he thought it was beneath him. But when he got older, he said he regretted it. He missed out on, you know, current events. Somebody said, that's my man, Jay-Z. Somebody said he has big, goofy face. Is that what you were?
He's like different looking.
Yeah, Jay-Z. See?
He's unique.
Who's the richest man in hip-hop? Jay-Z. What's he look like? He ain't so good looking. So if you're watching and you're not that good looking, get excited. And who's his wife? Beyonce. Beyonce. That's all you need to know. Ugly men run the world. So if you're a dude...
People are asking what's in your green smoothie.
You know, actually, ugly men and ugly women. Because most women that run countries, like Argentina's got a new president. She ain't a looker.
No.
Oh, no, Brazil. Margaret Thatcher was a powerful woman, very intelligent woman in the UK. She was not a former Ford model. She might have been a hand model. She might have been a shoe model.
Anything but her face.
She was a hair model maybe, but no. Ty's pretty sexy though, and I'm a dude and not gay. Thank you for the full disclaimer. Okay. This Bachata Diva said, looks ain't shit when it comes to riches. That's right.
Tips on starting a night.
You know what I read this poem or this quote, I forget how it goes, but basically, what did he say? A dude got out of a really rich car, like a really nice car, Lamborghini or Ferrari or whatever. People were laughing until they saw the girl get out the other side. What did he say? Damn it, I can't remember the punchline. Never tell a joke when you don't know the punchline. It's horrible. Isn't it funny how your brain, when there's no resolution, you're like, wait a second, something's wrong. But anyway, he basically said, when I pull up in the Lamborghini, He said he was 10 foot tall to that girl. So I don't know if that's good or bad, but that's how the joke's supposed to go. Not my best joke. Not my best. Bad joke alert. Unresolved joke alert.
Tips on starting a nightclub.
Tips on starting a nightclub. Well, you need to have some pull with people. It helps if you have some social skills. You have the ability to pull. If you always been the person that could have a birthday party, lots of people showed up, you were able to pull people together. Or if you're not that person, you're shy and introverted, if you've been good at organizing other social people, you can get promoters to promote for you, you know? So you don't always have to be the promoter, but somewhere in your organization, you have to be good at collecting people, getting them from one place, which is their homes, to drive out with all the options in the world and show up at your nightclub. So social skills, making people feel good when they show up. A lot of nightclubs don't do that anymore. I thought of getting back in the nightclub business just to show people how much more money they're leaving at the table, a lot of these clubs. Tai, was at a Trump rally. A protester told me my BMW was, oh shit, I didn't see the whole thing. I don't ever see you drink. Reason. You know what? I never got that much of a kick out of alcohol, so I told you, my life is optimized around a good life, meaning my definition, if I don't really like alcohol that much, then I don't have a rule against it or for it, but I do the stuff that I like.
When it comes to choosing friends that motivate you by osmosis,
Yeah.
is it better to just cut them all and have a clean start, or
Better to cut all your friends. If you have no motivating friends around you, so usually if they're old friends, you don't want to like completely cut them out, you know? You don't want to be the bridge burning friend. What I would do is spend less time with them. You know, you just see them on Thanksgiving. That might be enough. A lot of family members, Thanksgiving's enough. Or twice a year is enough, you know?
somebody says, do you feel like Batman sometimes?
Do I feel like Batman? I'm starting to get this Batman vibe a lot. I was talking about this earlier. Kind of like that. I wish I was Batman. I think or Tony Stark. I think Superman would be better. Then I hate airplanes. Get airsick. I can just fly myself. Someone said, who's Robin? Oh, definitely Herman. Herman. So if I say, Ty, if you're Batman, who's Robin? Herman, because Robin didn't have quite the physique of Batman. So Robin, we got Herman definitely in this group. Robin needs an expanded outfit.
I never liked Robin.
Somebody said laughing my ass off.
Yes, no. No Robin for me.
Ty, how can I figure out what industry you should be in? So I have a whole talk on this in 67 Steps in my new 7X program. Make sure you watch for the 7X. This thing is going to be a game changer. Imagine this. Wherever you are right now, every good thing in your life is 7X'd. And everything you hate is 7 times reduction. So the job you don't like, that's gone from way big part of your life to a minimal part of your life. The people you don't like to be around, gone from being always around you to 7 times less. And then all the things you like making more money, being happier, being fit, strong, know how to defend yourself, know how to socialize, meet friends, network, make business contacts, find mentors, be happy, be calm under pressure, reduce fear, no more procrastination, have a ton more momentum in your life, bank accounts filling up, expenses going down, income's going up. That's 7X. You want the 7X, right? By the way, let me ask you guys a question. I'm trying to figure out pricing. Now, be honest. Obviously, everybody would want the program to be small. Somebody said Herman is Penguin in Batman. Do you know who that is, Herman? Somebody said, fuck that person. Whoever said that. Okay, so here's my question for you. Somebody said, Ty, are you like Grant Cardone? I don't know. I don't know if I'm like Grant Cardone. Oh, you mean because he has a book called 10X? People don't realize, you know Grant Cardone didn't come up with 10X, right? 10X has been a term that they use in Silicon Valley for 42 years. But maybe I need to keep that in mind. Maybe we call it the 7X lifestyle. You guys like 7X, 7X life? 7X7. What do you guys like? 7X7, 7 pillars of wealth. The program is built about, I'm gonna give you 7-minute training, micro training that you do 7 days a week. So it's not hard, but it's frequency, you know? Sounds like P90X. Somebody like 7X lifestyle, 7X24, 7V7. What would the V stand for? P7X. No, we're not gonna do that. Herman should fast, somebody said.
And enough with the fat jokes, all right?
What'd you say?
I don't know.
Yeah, Herman's not fat. Herman's just top heavy. There's a difference.
I'm big boned.
He's like completely lean everywhere except. That's why I said you look pregnant. You look like you're bringing a life. You're bringing a life back into. No, it's a good thing that you're doing. You're bringing a life back into the world that wasn't there before.
Thank you, Herman. Thank you.
724 Fitness.
7 minutes to success.
What is Grant Cardone's book? 10x what? 10x rule?
Yeah, I think it's 10x.
Maybe we need to. Actually, that's good that you said that. I forgot about that. I wasn't thinking. I never actually read Grant Cardone's book yet, but trust me, 10x is from old Silicon Valley. 10x is from investors. Most Silicon Valley people have been saying they want 10x in 7 years.
The 10x rule.
Wait, no, let's keep. Help me come up with a name, guys. I like 7 and I like X, but we don't want to sound like we're copying.
But his is
What do
the
we-
10x rule, and it's not about what you're doing. It's not about training. It's about
But I know,
setting
but let's
goals.
just come up. Let's brainstorm. We got all these people on here.
Alright.
We're going to have 20, 30,000 people at least on this. What do we got? The 7X way, 7X life. What about no X? What if we cut the X? 7 life. What's another thing for X? What does the X represent? The magnification. Get rid of your X with 7X.
7 magnitudes.
7 Richter.
Yeah, 7M.
Yeah, I like 7M.
But it's got to be simple when you explain it. You can't be like,
It's a benefit, somewhat.
now Herman, we're following you. Somebody said that the M starts for Mexican.
Not very good.
7N. 7X7 we could call it. What about 7X7?
What about just 7? Very simple.
Yeah, but the problem with 7 is what's the
Very hard.
7 doing for you? The 7 transformation. 24/7, somebody said. The 7 life multiplier. 7 heaven. What do you got, Nathan? People must be saying something. 7X legend. 7 keys sounds too much like DJ Khaled. 7 steps sounds like 67 steps. That'd be copying my own program. 7 squares, 7 inches to pleasure. Nope. Nope. Are you live right now? Laws of 7. Yeah, law of 7 could be good. But that's more.
7 irrefutable laws.
Yeah, that's like that John Maxwell book title. He always has like the 42 irrefutable, irreconcilable differences between. He got long things like that. 7 mag, that sounds like a condom. 7X factor? But 7X factor, that sounds like 10X rule.
7.
7 to heaven. How about 7 to 7?
The
720. No, that looks like an airplane. 727. 7 faces of power. 7 truth. The simple 7.
7 up.
Factor 7.
Best 7.
7 plus.
It doesn't have to have a number 7. We can come up with some. Why is it so dark? Because I'm walking outside in the dark. Hey, you know, Herman, you can't really get lost with tall mountains. You just find the tallest mountain and you walk towards it. Herman's not so good with landmarks. Good. Herman's kind of like that. You know, when you ever seen an overweight golden retriever, how the the owner has to stop. The owner has to stop for a while.
What's up with the weight thing?
No, because you were tired. You're like,
I'm
oh.
not tired.
You were like, this is the long
Do
way.
you want a light or just one?
No, it's good.
It's kind of like, shortcut would have been there.
Living up your life.
But you need to walk a few miles a day, Herman.
Pain so that you
I do
work
walk
out
a few
more.
miles a day.
You do not walk
I
a few
woke up
miles.
this morning with Vic here.
That doesn't
we woke
mean
up
you
at
walked.
5 in the morning and we walked
No.
like 3 miles.
Oh,
we bench
Herman.
pressed 250
Herman,
pounds.
you can't see much in the light.
250 pounds?
You can't see much light, but you're gonna see Herman's nose growing. Pinocchio head.
And
Pinocchio.
Then, and then we went swimming for like 2 hours. We ended up like 9 in the morning and you woke up at like 1.
Herman has never done that workout in his life. You have never done that, woken up at 5 and worked out till 9. Have you honestly ever done that in your life?
Waking up at 5.
And worked out till 9? Remember, Herman's from Argentina.
Wait.
5 in the morning
Oh, yeah,
is
yeah,
nightclub
Actually,
time.
I have.
5 in the morning is nightclub in Argentina.
I have. For many years in the military.
Somebody said mine multiplier 7.
7 edge.
What about if we change the letter to M?
I like that. Think of all the cool cars there. RX and XT.
Then people will be like, why the hell didn't you call it 7X? The second.
7012.
Yeah, alright, I'm gonna go off this. For all of you, you should snatch up the 67 steps before it's gone, by the way. So just go to tailopez.com. Main thing, make sure you follow my Snapchat. If you want to see all the behind the scenes stuff, my Snapchat is just my name and the numeral 1. So it's Tai Lopez 1. Snapchat is Tai Lopez 1. The number 1, not the word 1. TAILOPEZ 1. Talk to you guys soon.